These videos will make you question everything. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check it out.
The Great Wall of China, one of the biggest wonders of the world, no? They say this this side is, see, where they throw the arrows to the enemies, and that's why they built this giant wall, to protect China from their enemies. But you know what's interesting and very curious? This side is outside China. This side, no, I mean, this side is China, and this side is outside China. Meaning, this wall, the history is a lie. This wall was not built to protect China from these enemies. It's the enemies which are in this side are protecting themselves from China. So, the Chinese did not build this wall. Who built this wall? I'll tell you, research the Tartarian Empire, yeah, which was in all this area, and they were defending themselves from the Chinese, not the other way around. History is a lie, geography is a lie, science is a lie. They lied to us.
Bro, I wish I still had some of my old school books. I'd take them outside right now, bro, and just set fire to them, fam. Like, are you kidding me, bro? And then don't let me find out that I might have made a failing grade on one of these tests that had something to do with the Great Wall of China, man. I want my grade back. I'm going to find that teacher. Fix my grade. I don't care how long it's been since I've been in school. Fix my grade, man. Like, seriously, bro. I need to look that up, though. Tartarian Empire, or what did he say? I'm going to go back and listen to it, but I'm going to look that up, man. And if there's enough information or videos out there on it, we may do a video on it.
Will you yield?
Oh, I'll yield. Yes, please.
Yeah, when I was in 11th grade and Joe Biden made our schools gun-free school zones, one of the students in my school brought 3 guns to school, and our entire school went on lockdown because he was the only person with a gun.
Quick fact check. When Marjorie Taylor Greene was in 11th grade, George H.W. Bush was president and signed into law the Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1990. It passed the Senate by a voice vote and the House by a vote of 313 to 1. Just think about the bipartisan consensus on this gun law in 1990. It really shows how radicalized the Republican Party has become. Oh, and not that it needed to be said, but Joe Biden has not, in fact, been president for the past 33 years. Not only that, but Marge is lying about the timeline of events. The incident at her school occurred on September 6, 1990. The bill was not even introduced until October 27, 1990, and was signed into law on November 29, 1990, nearly 3 months later. So yes, Marge is lying again.
Will you yield?
Listen, this is why I believe in fact checking. And these days of the internet, anybody can get on here and just say anything. Anything. And we can believe it. Fact checking exposes all of that type of stuff. You know what I mean? You can't just spew out something to us and then expect for us to believe it these days, especially with the internet, bro. Those are the best investigators we've ever seen. You see how quick they put something like this together? They can do it quickly. Like, yeah, these days, you make a fool out of yourself if you want to.
All right, so I've had a lot of people tell me that they don't believe me, that these CDC trailers are here. I'm here, I drove here, look at what I found. There's one trailer. Two trailers connected right there. 3 trailers connected. 4 trailers connected. This is at our fairgrounds. This is not in Canada. This is in the United States of America. This is in Illinois. This is in Illinois. All right, look it. They got a big old trash can. They're fixing to stay here for a little while. Oh, I'm too short. I'll fall in if I try to get in there. I'll fall in. Child BP pilot. I wish I could reach that. I have to bring a stick.
You know what? On second thought, they may shut down this app. We exposing too much. We are doing like, we exposing a lot, fam. You know what I mean? Do I know what they're doing there? No. Could it be something shady? Possibly. You know what I mean? I would have thought they might have kind of covered up the trailer and not have CDC plastered on the side of it. You know what I mean? If they were trying to do something they didn't want us to know about, but maybe they're just that bold these days. I don't know. But your mind starts to run wild and crazy with thoughts and different conspiracies because you just don't know, man. You never know. And especially, it'd be when you least expect it that stuff is happening. And if you don't expose it, when it does happen, you'd be like, you know what? I should have did this and let people know when I had the chance and the opportunity. So, yeah, I don't blame her for recording that stuff and putting it out there. But yeah, man, they may shut this app down.
Question number
But,
two.
but you gotta know, let me just so you understand. We've been fed a lie our entire, I want to call it a lie.
If you, as a sound and able human being, believe in the globe Earth, watch the rest of this video, and don't have any questions whatsoever about your model, y'all too far gone, man. Slavery is a choice.
We've been fed.
It's a point of view thing, I think.
We've been fed Earth has been misrepresented to us by geology because the globes that you buy, that you rub your fingers over and you feel the Himalayas and you feel the Rocky Mountains. No, okay? These mountains are puny compared to the size of the Earth. You would not know they were there. If you were truly that size, some big cosmic giant lumbering through space, coming upon the Earth, rubbing your hand on it, the depth of your what do you call these things?
Your finger.
The fingerprints mark. The depth of that would be greater than the entire range of distance from the Marianas Trench in the bottom of the Pacific to the top of Mount Everest. Therefore, you would close your eyes, rub your finger, you would not know whether you are an ocean, valley, mountain, or hill.
Well, you might be wet or dry. You might be,
Well, by how much wet? How? No.
Yes.
You wouldn't even notice it. You're not going to say, oh, I got to dry my hand. The depth of the ocean doesn't measure up to the depth of your fingerprint. That's my point. So we've been fed this misrepresentation of our own planet on the belief that, in fact, we have real surface features. But cosmically speaking, we're practically a...
Question number two.
But
See, this just adds to what I've been feeling about the globe. The globe, you know, every teacher, you know, every school, every classroom, they had them all over the place. And you thought that because you were exposed to it so much that's how it was. The globe. You didn't second guess that. You felt like you were learning. They had the answers. So who were you to question that? And I didn't really question the globe until I got older. Like, man, is this really how it is? No. But it was made to seem that way. Here's more proof.
You're either lying or you've talked to the dumbest pilots of all time. Let's see what 30 years of experience has to say.
Can I talk to the pilot, please? Right here. You're the pilot?
Hi.
How long have you been flying for?
Like for Delta 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat or no?
I know it's flat.
You know it's flat? How long have you been flying for, you said?
Over 30 years.
And when you tell people that, do they think you're like crazy or no?
Only one person.
Only one person?
Yeah, you're recording me.
You're either lying.
Oh, I didn't. My bad, y'all. I didn't know. I had no clue where she was going with it. You know what I mean? I thought she was talking about the pilots that were talking about or testifying before Congress. You know what I mean? I thought she was going that route. I didn't know she was going to the actual, or someone was going to go to the actual pilot. You know what I mean? Like, and he would say that, you know, hey, man, I mean, what are you going to do, bro? Like, if you argue with them, you get nowhere. So at this point, I just hey, man, I mean, if that's what you want to believe, then cool. Who am I to tell you otherwise?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today I'd like to bring to your attention a potential fraud on an enormous scale happening in your county. There's now clear evidence of NASA using numerous methods to grossly mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station. During interior ISS scenes from NASA's own live feed, the use of wires, harnesses, green screens, and virtual reality have been detected to achieve the appearance of a weightless environment. Examples of this include astronauts fading in and out of the screen, green screen glitches, grabbing objects that aren't really there, pulling on invisible wires, getting tangled in their harnesses, and even astronauts appearing out of thin air. This begs the obvious question. If they're really up there, why are they using Hollywood techniques to fake the footage? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you these clips in here today, but I will be sending them to you. Outside the International Space Station, during spacewalks, air bubbles have been recorded on numerous occasions. How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space? I once questioned astronaut Scott Kelly about this phenomenon. His body language and answers only created more questions. In 2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. This happened again just last year. Air bubbles, helmets filling with water, and drowning. Are they in space or are they underwater? Now, what's really interesting is that they train for spacewalks in an underwater pool with a complete ISS replica. Now, surely they aren't filming these spacewalks in an underwater pool and then editing them to appear if they're in space, because that sure would be something, wouldn't it? I'm calling on the Brevard County Commissioners to open a full investigation into NASA's fraudulent practices and use of taxpayer dollars. It costs NASA $3 billion per year to operate the ISS, and if they don't have a darn good explanation as to why they're faking these videos, I and the public would like a darn good explanation as to where our tax money is going. And if they are indeed faking the funk, it is our duty to expose and eliminate this fraudulent and astronomically wasteful ISS program. And look, I know what you're all thinking. The NASA is part of the federal government, and you're just county commissioners. Even if what I'm saying is true, what can you do? But let me remind you, not only is this happening in your county, as public officials, you have the platform and the ability to make a statement or hold a press conference, alerting the public, state, and federal authorities to investigate further. You have the power to start the conversation. Video evidence of everything I described today will be emailed to you all, and I truly hope we can get to the bottom of this. I look forward to the day that $3 billion annual budget is put towards our veterans, our homeless, maybe some of that mental health stuff the young lady just spoke about, and the revitalization of Brevard. Good afternoon, commissioners.
I remember this. Did anything ever come of this? Because, and don't think I'm trying to, you know what I mean, be funny or something like that towards him. No, I'm not, because I support the fact that he stood before them, called them out, brought up his supporting facts, and asked for this to be investigated. I support that. I may not agree with what he's saying, but I support him asking questions and requesting that this be investigated. I support anybody who's going to do it that way, the right way, approach him, well-respected manner, eloquent speaking, and request, because his money is involved. So I would definitely, even though we don't agree. So I wanted to know, did anything come of this though? Did they take him serious? Because if not, then that's a problem. Then more people who agree with that need to join him and stand before them and make another request.
Have you guys noticed this on the lunar rover? Doesn't seem to be like that dude in the suit is actually a dude. To me, it looks like his right arm just kind of sits there on that lever, does nothing, and his left arm is just hovering. But he's turning and driving and stopping and all this other stuff. What do you think? So absolutely no movement from the guy, yet that cart starts rolling. It seems to steer with no steering wheel. He doesn't move at all. Here he comes. Look at his left arm. Just hovering there, absolutely doing nothing. His right arm is on a joystick. He just stops and turns, doesn't move at all, no leg movement. So is that just some kind of remote controlled car? How does it turn? How does it go? How does it stop? How do the controls work? What's his left arm doing? How come he doesn't move at all? And the car still changes its direction and motion.
Hey, I can't lie. That does look a little suspect, though. You know what I mean? Stanley Kubrick, it does, you know, how's it getting filmed, different things like that, man. But it's just hard for me to fathom that we didn't go. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking y'all. Request information, follow-ups, all that kind of stuff like that, you know? It's just hard for me to think that that was faked. You know what I mean? And people put a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and hard work. Men were changed when they came back. They were different. Their body makeup was different. Different things, man. It's hard for me, but I can see some stuff, man, and be like, you know what?
I didn't want to believe it either, y'all. But some of our favorite celebrities are cloned. And wait, before you scroll or before you get mad, come on, let me enlighten you. So in my last video, I discussed the difference between androids, robots, clones, and cyborgs. So if you haven't watched that video, pause this one and go back to that one so that you can understand what I'm talking about. So in that last video, I talked about how when celebrities go to different institutions like jail or the hospital or the mental institution, usually when they return back to the public, we scratching our head because it's like, first of all, why they look like that? And why his tattoos gone? Or why
it's supposed to be rehabilitation. I mean, like, I thought that's what it's supposed to be for. I know a lot of people thinking about Gucci Mane. You know what I mean? That's the first person that pops in my head that people were calling a clone when he came home because bro had got rehabilitated and he came back different than what he came in. I thought that was the goal and objective, but keep going.
Why his tattoos not in the right place? It's a lot of questions, and a lot of people are waking up to the bull. But don't take it from me. A lot of the celebrities have been talking out about this for years. It's just that we haven't been listening, and or they disguise it as a joke. But usually, they're always going to put the truth in plain sight. So even when you think they're telling a joke, 9 times out of 10 it's probably true.
Our simulation is broken. Yeah, man, our simulation is broken. And a lot of things are getting exposed. That's what's happening. It's broken. And they're scrambling, trying to fix it because we're seeing too much. Too much is getting exposed to us and we're seeing it. And it's letting us know, yeah, this simulation is broken.
Be careful on TikTok. Now hear me out. This is a thought I've been getting as of recently. As you guys know, my name is 21-year-old woke Russian and I'm trying to be a content creator. I'm trying to create good content for you guys. So I spend time on TikTok trying to find trending sounds, trying to study, algorithm or other content creators' pages and stuff. But obviously we're all victim to it. We all end up endlessly scrolling on TikTok and all of a sudden time just flies by. That's why I think it's called TikTok. TikTok, because you end up looking at the time and it's been like 2 hours and you've been on TikTok and you're like, what the f? So hear me out. I just say be careful is because as of lately, I feel like the trend of obviously TikTok is exponentious, if that's even a word. It's going up, 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 and this is the hottest thing right now. It's been the hottest thing, and we understand that 15-second to 30-second videos is what it is. You all like watching 15 to 30-second videos. You might not even end up watching this whole video because you're going to just synchronistically scroll out of it. So our brains are getting rewired to watch 15 to 30-second content every single day. And all of a sudden, what I'm starting to realize, and I don't know if this is just common sense, and social media is obviously linked to our, mental and our brain status, but it feels like I just can't get my thoughts under control. I feel like I get a thought and I instantly switch to another thought. And I don't have any form of ADHD, ADD, none of that. I am, normal diagnosed person with no mental health problems. And I just feel like as of lately, I just can't sit on one thought. It just goes like this, like this, like this, like this, and it's getting hard to sleep, and it just really sucks. And I'm just really wondering if TikTok is the enemy for doing this to me. So I'm gonna limit my—
This is interesting, and he made a very, very great point that took me back to my younger days and remembering when they were trying to diagnose a lot of teens and kids and young adults and adolescents with having ADD, ADHD. And they were trying to give you medicine for it. They were trying to do different things for it to try to control you. Just for us to get to this point now, and the same things you wanted to diagnose us for back then is the way the world is now. Just like he was saying, everything is here. You're everywhere. And if something is longer than a minute, 30 seconds or something like that, then you don't want to watch it. It's like we've been programmed down to clip, more clips than watching a long. By the time we watch a long show or movie or sitcom or something like that, we're exhausted. Is it just me? I wouldn't want to fly in those conditions, bro. No. And then rest in peace. I hate to bring this up, but isn't that what happened with the Kobe situation? Remember? It was the weather. How can you see in that? Ain't no way you can see clearly through. No. Why don't we just wait, reschedule something, fam? Something. Like, no, there's no possible way that I want to be flying in those conditions, even if I flew, even though y'all know I don't fly. I can go back in the house.
Didn't work.
Yeah, that would have made me so mad. I'd have went back in the house and I wouldn't have came back out into the snow. Snow had melted. I would have been done with the earth at that point, fam. Like, no. Are you kidding me? Both of my, no. See, this is why I don't need to live in those conditions, man. Take me to where it's warm, bro. This is the type of stuff you got. And imagine how heavy that is on top of that house. You probably need to get that off of there. That's extreme. That's a lot of weight and pressure on the top of your house, man. Like, no. He could probably go upstairs and that window up there and probably start hitting it from the window and it'll probably start releasing some of it. But I get what he was trying to do, but it just ain't work out that way, fam. I'd have been mad. But listen, man, y'all get at me in the comment section and let me know what you thought of these videos. And stick around and stay tuned. Till the next one, I'm gone.